Hello and welcome back. So this is a quick one to show you the progress. I moved back into the house, started doing stuff in the house, having moved my dad into the annex next door. So basically what I've been doing is getting the boys' bedrooms ready for plaster. So I've had to bring down the roof a little bit because the old house ceiling and the new one that I put on are slightly mismatched. The house is very wonky and leans to one side, so to make that all match up, I basically just lowered down, put some extra little bits of timber on these roof joists, and then attached a plasterboard to that to sort of bring it down to this level. And the ceiling was all covered in that horrible old Artex stippled, so that's all been skimmed off. And today I've painted this green grit. This is Bostik plasterer's grit, as requested by the guy. I'm actually paying a plasterer to come in and do this because I'm no plasterer. So on his request, I've now done all this today, prepped ready. So this room is now absolutely ready for him to come in and plaster. And then in the landing, all the doors have now been fitted. We've got a little bit here where, sorry, the light bulb not great, but this is where we built up this supporting wall to carry the steel, and we can't really plasterboard in between here because it won't match up. So he's just going to skim over that with a liquid plaster rather than plaster boards. Same in here, he's going to skim all of this, a light skim, rather than taping and jointing. And on the ceiling here, the plasterboard was 100mm too short on the width, but because coving is 90mm overlap, I've just centered that, and then the coving will cover up these gaps down the edges. So I've just made sure the insulation, soundproofing and insulation is right up to those joints, so you know, to help with any travel where there isn't plasterboard, and that should be absolutely fine. I've had to take off all the switch covers and all that sort of thing. There's one here that I'm going to leave on, but I'll just bring it out of the wall a little bit and put a bag over it because the wiring in there is very tight and a bit of a nightmare to redo. Same with that one, I don't really want to have to rewire that, so I'm just going to put a bag over that one. But everything else has been terminated off with some wagos just to stop anyone getting shocked, and left there so that it's easy peasy for the plasterer. Same in this room. This is the sole plate for the pad stone for the RSJ, and he's just going to fill all this in. He's got everything he needs just to fill in these horrible bits and then skim the room out. I cut this new entry into the eaves and panelled up the old one because Jake's bed's going to be in this corner, and it's just going to be easier I'm going to go into those eaves and I'm going to deck them out with some floorboards just to sort of make a bit of an extra storage area when we need to shove, you know, things that aren't going to be used all the time, seasonal, that sort of thing, can just be shoved in the eaves for storage. It's all been done, it's all been insulated in there as well. It's just, you can't really see, but it's all been insulated in there, so it's not too bad. It just needs a decent floor put in there, so someone's going to put their foot through the ceiling downstairs. So that's where we are. It's just a quick one. What else have I done, really? I mean, that was quite a big deal, getting those two rooms and the hallway all ready in the last 2 weeks. And in here, this has just become the junk room, all the tools and all the offcuts. I launched, you know, I went through everything because these two rooms were absolutely full of junk. You know, all the building waste and, oh, I might need this, I might need that, I'll keep them just in case. But that's all now been gone through, launched out the window, and then my waste collector came and took it all away, filled up his van again. So there we go. So in a couple of weeks' time, I'll do another video, and it should be lovely and plastered in here. We've got Christmas coming up. We're 2 weeks away from Christmas, so over the Christmas period, I'm just going to do some light decorating and hopefully have these two rooms ready for the boys, or ready for the carpet fitter to come back and put the carpet in, ready for the boys to move back into these rooms. And then the very last thing to do will be this room. I have yesterday I plumbed in the bathroom, so this all now works and there are no leaks. All I need to do is I need to do the what's it called, the grout the grout, Just need to grout those little bits there just to tidy them up. And then we're ready, you know, for decorating in here as well. Skirting, coving, one more light to be fitted, and that's about it in here. That'll be easy peasy, but that isn't the priority. The priority is get the boys into their bedrooms. So I will see you again in 2 weeks.